Why are you trying to run me over with your wheelchair? What's your problem? I was saying who's gonna get me. Don't do that. Don't try to run me over with your wheelchair. You know, it was menacing me with his wheelchair. I says, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you. What's this damn problem? Excuse me, can you help me call the police? A guy was trying to hit me with his wheelchair. That guy over there. Huh? I can't hear you. What happened? Oh, okay. Yeah, can you help me get the police? This guy was menacing me, trying to hit me with his wheelchair. And he was laughing about it. Camera picked it up. He was trying to hit me with his wheelchair for no reason. Could you help me call the police downstairs? Huh? You can't call the police for me? You're not supposed to be doing that. Excuse me, security. Sir. He was trying to hit me with his wheelchair and was laughing about it.
We got NYPD's upstairs.
Could you help me call the police? Cause
They're upstairs.
and he was saying he was going to get me.
Go upstairs. NYPD's upstairs.
You can't call the police for me. That's not nice. The camera here picked it up. What's the meaning of all that? Every time I come in Muslim terrace, in the bathroom, outside the bathroom, as I try to make me angry, because this mayor said they should be treating homeless as crazy. I don't want to be killed. After this black American homeless was killed, Jordan Neely, they've been trying to make me angry and make me look crazy. Excuse me, police. A guy tried to hit me with his wheelchair, and the camera picked it up. I was downstairs about to leave, and he was coming with his wheelchair trying to hit me. He's still downstairs. That's him over there. Look at him. He's reversing backwards and was trying to hit me. And I told him, what are you doing? And he was laughing, said he's going to get me. I kept doing it. I want to file a police report against him.
Okay, I'll do it.
It's downstairs.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Can you please help me file a police report?
Later, okay?
I'm sorry, I want to file a police report right now.
There's not a report to be made, okay?
A guy was menacing me in a transportation facility. That's against the law. And look at him. He's still riding backwards.
I understand.
Can I have your badge number?
26319.
26319.
319.
Okay, you're covering up a crime, and I'm going to report you also.
Okay.
Because that's terrorism.
Okay.
Can I speak with your supervisor?
Huh?
Can I speak with your supervisor?
Yeah, he's over there.
Okay. Excuse me, there was a one guy trying to hit me with his wheelchair. I was driving his wheelchair in reverse, and I told him, can you not hit me with your wheelchair? And he continued doing it. It's downstairs right now. Yeah, it's downstairs. I want to file a police report against him.
Where was it? Inside?
No, inside the terminal.
We'll go check it out.
Yeah, he's downstairs right now. I want to file a police report against him because I always get menaced and harassed each time I come here. Oh, that's him. He came upstairs. Oh, very good. Made it convenient for you. That's him.
Okay, I'll talk to him. All right.
Yeah. I want to file a police report. He was trying to hit me with his wheelchair. That's him. He was reversing backwards towards me and he saw me and he continued doing it. Every day I come here, it's terror. They don't let me use the bathroom. The black American janitor also be looking at me with some horror look, like she's about to get me messed up by the police. And they scare me from using the bathroom, like a Guantanamo. They've been doing this to me in this country for like 14 years. Any bathroom I use, either the janitor will start flushing the next stall, so all the dirty water, they'll leave it backed up, like a booby trap for me. At the Port Authority, 42nd Street, and they start flushing it, so all the dirty water will hit my bag. They used to carry a black bag and leave it on the floor next to me in the bathroom. So they've been terrorizing me in the bathroom like I'm a Guantanamo prisoner. They said that police also raped Abdullah women and immigrants in the bathroom. Because they said, if you want to kill somebody, the best way is to terrorize them in the bathroom. So a lot of transsexuals have been killing themselves from being harassed in the bathroom. So I believe this is coordinated attack between the police and the civilian thugs and the janitors. Even the Grand Central Station also, when I go there to use the bathroom, the janitor will be calling me bro. You gotta go, bro. As soon as I get into the bathroom, I will lock the door to the bathroom and call the police on me. Even though the bathroom is not yet closed. This happened on December 8th, 2024. I'm born on July 8th. So they've been noticing I come to that Grand Central Station on December 8th, decided to attack me. As soon as I got to the bathroom, the janitor told me, bro, you gotta go. I'm a female, stop calling me, but I'm called the police on me. And they were menacing me, see? So this is like an intentional act of provocation, whereby even my friend Eric Garner was killed after I gave him the court papers to give to the police, after the police took my home. In 2014, I gave him the court papers, and they killed him close to my birthday also, in July 2014. You know? So this is like an intentional act of provocation, whereby this Eric Adam also said that the homeless are the problem, and they try to drive you crazy, and says it's a systemic problem. That there are a lot of crazy people that are just angry for nothing, and they need to lock them up in the hospital forever. So you have a black American mayor practicing reverse discrimination against me as a foreigner. I've been reaching out to this regarding that please my home was taken by the police, unlawfully, and the court has ordered that, I'll be given a term. So you're just gonna let him walk free because it's white? Okay. Okay. You're practicing racism. He has no right to try to hit me. You're all gonna be arrested on other federal charges. Okay? See? It's not supposed to allow to be doing that. And they're just gonna let him walk free. It's not supposed to be allowed to be doing on disorderly conduct. Okay. They all keep saying they're committed. And they're locking up black homeless like me. My mother also, her daughters joined in Bologna and Florida. Got her locked up in the psych ward. And saying that they were using the word committed. They also locked them in the psych ward. They've started with somebody taunting me like this. In 2019, a guy was sexually molesting me on Berry and 4th Avenue. July 20, 2019, as they were doing immigration raid, Trump was doing immigration raid in New York. And the guy was started off by touching me sexually like this. And I told him no, the police arrived and knocked me down, choked my once, and locked up in the psych ward. And they keep using the word they're committed. Even this governor. Anytime they use that word committed, this governor started this year also saying they're going to be taking cell phones from kids. And when they locked me up in 2019, it's like all my cell phones they took it from me. Stole everything, my green card, my everything. So this is terrorism, and they practice a terroristic ritual whereby the MTA also joins in. They used to leave the bathrooms in the subway stations open 24/7. They have over 300 train stations for the bathrooms. Now the MTA locks up the bathroom at 7 p.m. Because they know I'm homeless, I always need to use the bathroom all night long, 11 p.m., 3 a.m., and all that. So, because the stations don't really have police everywhere, so they wait for me to come here where they station their police. So, so to start a problem and quickly get me killed by the police. So this is like a death trap because they have over 300 stations. There's no way they can put their police in front of every station's bathroom. That means they have to have 300 police waiting for me in any bathroom. So to easily get me cornered, you know, so the MC starts locking up the bathroom early at 7 p.m. So I will have to come to a place like this where they have the police station and they can send their thugs to menace me. So they want to pinpoint me to a particular location where they can get me. And that guy was coming, reversing towards me. They tried to use cars to hit me. Even in 2022, as soon as Eric Garden became mayor, the police from the first precinct, they sent a female to falsely accuse me, say she's missing her cell phone and she thinks I'm the one that stole. I'm like, I didn't steal her cell phone, and I was calling 911 and she told me not to call 911. And she was chasing me with a member of the police. It was like a guy, it was a black American guy. He said he worked for the first precinct. I'm like, sir, I need to see your badge or something. Please don't come near me. And they were surrounding me and they were about to choke me dead in 2022. So I called 911 and they were trying to move close to me, like they were about to choke my neck. As I was moving away from them, they kept coming closer to me. I told them to please stay away from me. Let me call 911 because I don't see no badge. And so you're making false accusation against me at the Pier 25 bathroom. So they've been terrorizing me for every year. And as soon as this black American mayor became mayor, I think he hates Africans because he's been sending those first precinct police to arrest Africans selling bags on the street. They've confiscated over $1 billion worth of their merchandise. They're Those police on the first station will run towards those Africans, knock them down on the ground, and create a bloody scene. You know, so it's a black American mayor that is also perpetrating attacks against Africans. He said he increased the paycheck of the people in this ferry. Their managers are earning millions of dollars a year now. You know, anywhere increase their paycheck, whether the parks department or or anywhere, they'll start attacking me there. You know, so I have to be wearing diapers. I have to be wearing diapers. You know, 'cause I'm being attacked everywhere, and they won't give me police report. The police knows that what they're doing is wrong. You know, so they'll hide from it. They won't give me police report. You know, that's why they're hiding. They all ran away. The police all ran away. You know, as soon as I'm attacked like that, they'll try to. It's me they will try to arrest, and they can't find me to arrest because I'm not doing anything wrong. You know, I'm just preserving my right. The police will go and hide from me. You know, so the guy was trying to hit me with his wheelchair. So every day, different thing. In the bathroom, everywhere, there's always every day. It's like, even this Eric Adam was saying that, they spread a wide net to get somebody. It was making it look like it was the wild guy, my junior, that they were trying to arrest. Said they're going to get somebody real soon. And sometimes he'll be talking, using innuendos. Look like he's referring to me. He also said his new name is Esther. My name was Esther. They killed our daughter's brother and Flora killed her by feigning mental illness on my mother. You know, so be using innuendos like that. And there was a time I used to get attacked. This Eric Adam was the borough president of Brooklyn, and after Eric Adam was killed, I used to get attacked by the police like this in Quad Street near this Eric Adams office, the borough hall. Yeah, I'll go use the bathroom, and this police will come there, NYPD will come there and throw me out of the bathroom before I could finish. Even though there was a law by de Blasio saying they should allow women like me extra time to use the bathroom, all women should be able to use the bathroom extra time. Anytime as soon as I get to the bathroom, after Arigona was killed, Arigona was a black American helping with my court papers when the police and killed him. And they said this Arigona know the Arigona family. So as soon as Arigona was killed, Batra was trying to help me. They never let me testify in court, and there was attempts to kill me also. Like it's like revenge killing. So, close to the Eric Adams office, it was the borough president of Brooklyn. This police would surround me in the bathroom and throw me out of the bathroom, humiliate me. So I would run across the street from the train station, number 2 train on Quad Street, and I'll stand in front of his office, Eric Adams. I'll say, in Ohio, a Nigerian became mayor. I said, in Iowa, they are given documented immigrant driver's license. I said, New York needs to stop discriminating. I think Sarah Karam could hear me because I was standing in front of his office, the Borough Hall building, you know, on Quad Street in Brooklyn. And soon after that, he did a press conference. He was making a speech somewhere and said, "You go back to Ohio, you go back to Iowa. We're tired of people that come here trying to change our speech, our conversation. We don't have to tolerate, we don't have to tolerate you. We don't have to, we don't have to yield to you. We should be able to talk the way we want to talk. And you go back to Iowa, you go back to Iowa, you go back to Ohio. New York is for real New Yorkers only." And the reference those two cities while he was, using like, Nando like against me. Soon after that, they put a, a graffiti in another bathroom. So I stopped using the bathroom at Quad Street. I started going to Manhattan 14th Street Station, 8th Street line to use the bathroom. And they put a graffiti there, "Die soon, poser." So sometimes people make fun of me that my English is mixed with American accent and foreign accent. They say it's not pure American accent. They say traditionally people make fun of immigrants that we don't speak with a pure accent or whatever. We don't have a pure American accent. And this recording was alluding to that, was using Nando. So you go back to Ohio, you go back to Ohio. We're tired of of all you non-New Yorkers that come here to try to change the way we speak and stuff, our speech. And it was saying that. And it was referencing the two cities I was mentioning. And soon after that, they said Bloomberg sponsored the referendum to become mayor. Because Bloomberg started all this policy of racialized policing, whereby they were raiding basement apartments against the U.S. Supreme Court order that basement apartments can't just be raided and the tenants thrown out without a court order, unless there's a fire or a serious emergency. I mean, my mother, there was no emergency in our home. The police came and raided us under this Bloomberg order of racialized policing, stop and frisk, and they threw us out on the street. And Eric Garner was helping us with the court papers, and the police were like choking dead, close to my birthday. And the city Eric Garner knows the Eric Garner family, and they didn't let me participate in the court hearing for Eric Garner, and the killer was free, but they gave the family money. And I never got nothing. My mother was killed a year later. Our daughters, feigned mental illness of my mother and killed her. And my mother was saying that our daughters have been trying to kill her, that they were jealous, that I'm suing for money. The daughters were based in Pennsylvania. My mother was based with me in New York. So when the police kicked us out of our home, I filed a lawsuit that my mother went to live with the daughters in Pennsylvania. And my mother was saying every time the police has to come to the house, the emergency people in Pittsburgh has to come, our daughters will be making plans to kill her. Sometimes the one of the daughters' name is Flora. She was married to a U.S. soldier called Ayinde. Will try to punch my mother for no reason, and the police will come. We're just doing this to scare my mother because I put in my court papers that my mother was almost scared to death when the police invaded her home to throw us out. That she started having symptoms of a heart attack. And my mother's address were reading those court papers, so they were trying to reenact all those scary scenes. Against my mother, they'll tell my mother to leave. They don't want her in Pennsylvania with them anymore. They'll tell my mother they're illegally evicting her. Things that would scare her because my mother didn't have a place to stay in New York. They were just scaring her. The husband of the Flora would try to punch my mother to get her to leave the house. Things that would scare her to death because my mother was afraid of being on the street homeless. And they kept doing that to my mother. The police would get involved. So one day, the Flora drove my mother in the back of the car and went and drove into somebody's house and hit them. My mother was saying she didn't know about that Flora did that, but my mother said she almost got scared to death. She doesn't understand why drugs are trying to scare her to death. So the ambulance has to come. She was watching that Flora drive into somebody's house. My mother said that Flora did it on purpose, but she doesn't understand why. So apparently, but my mother said her daughters were jealous that I was suing the police department and they were reading my court papers from Pennsylvania. I filed at the broken federal court because everything is online now. I said they wanted to get money. And the only way they can get money is to kill my mother and make it look like, the homelessness the police created killed my mother and they could file their own lawsuit and get money as inheritance. And my mother said at some point they started poisoning her, that Bolale with like car antifreeze poison. Then my mother got on the Greyhound bus. When the poison was affecting her and came to New York to go to the hospital because she didn't want her daughters, because her daughters, have been living in Pennsylvania for a long time and they work in the hospital system there. So she didn't want to be sabotaged. She didn't know who was assisting her daughters, to be carrying out advanced terrorism against her, drive her in the back of the car and go hit somebody's house, and the police won't arrest or investigate nothing. And the ambulance would just come to take them to the hospital and stuff. And so Address was also sending gifts to Nigeria to people that wanted to kill me and my mother in Nigeria. Me and my mother testified against those people in 2001 at the immigration court here, Federal Plaza. So, my mother said Address was sending gifts to those people in Nigeria that was wanting to kill me and my mother. So the Pittsburgh United States Postal Service, computer system should be subpoenaed to see if there are people in Pittsburgh around 2014 and 2015 that were sending gifts to Nigeria. Because when you send a gift to the United States Postal Service, they would weigh the gift on their scale and enter the information of where you're sending it from Pittsburgh and where you're sending it to Nigeria into the computer system to arrive at the postage rate. And such information stored in the computer should be subpoenaed to show that my mother's daughters were sending gifts to Nigeria you know, to people that wanted to kill my mother, that me and my mother testified against at the federal court, immigration court here in 2001. You know, so my mother said her daughter Bolani was poisoned out with car antifreeze poison, and so she started feeling pain in her body as she came to New York. And by the time she got to New York in that May 2015, she had a heart attack at the Port Authority. They took her to Bellevue Hospital eventually, and then the drugs came from Pittsburgh and was menacing my mother in the hospital. Even though my mother didn't tell them what hospital she was in, she was shocked how they found out. She believed that daughter, especially that brother, was part of the narcotic gang because she believes that daughter is on drugs. And that narcotic gang may have connection with the police. So they want that. I believe that gang wanted their daughters to finish the job, get the daughter's skills, so they were able to. That gang must have been able to help the daughters trace where my mother was, what hospital. Because that's confidential information. There's a federal law that forbids anybody from accessing somebody's health information on the what hospital they've been treated at. My mother didn't tell the daughters what hospital. She didn't even tell me. She was like, she wants to keep that information secret. But the daughters came all the way from Pittsburgh, located the hospital, and was menacing my mother in the hospital, told the hospital to lock her up in the cycle. Because in my court papers, which my mother said our daughters were reading Bolali and Flora, I put in there that when the police threatened to put us in prison or lock us up in the psych ward as they were kicking us out of our home, basement apartment 2010, my mother began to have a heart attack because she was scared of being locked up in a psych ward or in prison. So the daughters came all the way from Pittsburgh and told the Bellevue Hospital to lock my mother up in the psych ward. So as to frighten my mother, I said that's when my mother died. As they were transferring her to the psych ward from the ICU, they were stopping her heart treatment to go and lock her up into the cycle based on our daughters just lying against and just trying to get her killed. And when they killed my mother like that, I told the hospital I want an autopsy. They said the daughters don't want an autopsy because my mother was saying that drugs were poisoning her with some poison, and they said car antacid poison. The only way you can detect it is after the person dies and you do an autopsy of the brain, because it doesn't show in the bloodstream, because the body metamorphoses it quick and it goes stores it in the brain or in some tissue. So the doctor said they don't want an autopsy and quickly stole my mother's corpse and went and dumped her in New Jersey from took her away from Manhattan, New York. I went and dumped her in New Jersey where I couldn't locate her body, you know. And so I even contacted the funeral home I suspected they were using, and the funeral home said I had to pay thousands of dollars for me to be able to locate my mother's body, you know. So by holding my mother's body under hostage, you know. I said the one month is all about the money, you know. And then they buried my mother on June 12th. Including my mother has another daughter in Nigeria that my mother was suspicious of. So that daughter almost was trying to throw me over the when I was a baby, was trying to throw me out through the window, and my mother had to call the police to arrest her. So that daughter was jealous because my mother married another person to give birth to me, and that daughter didn't want my mother to marry another person. Wanted to be the only child. And that daughter joined with the daughters here in America. Funka is the name of the daughter in Nigeria. She joined with the daughters here in America, and they buried my mother on June 12th. Burying in Nigeria on June 12th is like burying in America on July 4th. Because, it's like you're saying the American is such a patriot, and America fought against the British to get independence, and many Americans died. The U.S. soldiers, I think they called them the rebels that were fighting against the colonies. So I believe the person is such a patriotic American, you have to bury them in July. That would be absurd. Or burying a black American on Martin Luther King's birthday, you know, because the person fights for civil rights. So that's how absurd it is. June 12th is a day whereby my mother's from the south and the military in Nigeria from the north were controlling Nigeria, and the guy from the south called Abiola won the election on June 12th, but the military annulled it. And so many Nigerians die on that June 12th every year, fighting in remembrance of the election that was annulled. And the guy from the south, like my mother Abiola, was eventually killed. And people suspected the military in the north killed him, but the Nigerian government said he died of a heart attack. And same way, my mother's daughters killed my mother of a heart attack, and I'm buried on June 12th. The daughter in Nigeria knows all about it, even though the daughters in America may claim they haven't been to Nigeria in a long time, so they don't really know the local politics. But the daughters in Nigeria know, Funka, and they all buried my mother on June 12th. So that guy in Nigeria from the south that was abused by the Nigerian northern elite, you know, they claim he died of a heart attack also, but people suspect it was poison. And in the same vein, my mother's daughter chose to bury my mother on the same day, synonymous with this guy called Abiola. Showing it's all about the money. They killed her for money. So my life is not safe. Even my mother was saying our daughters, you know, were acting very suspicious. And she was like, she ever dies, that she don't contact any of her family because nobody seems to care, because my mother has family in England and Canada. My father has family in England all over the world also. But I don't trust my father's family because my father used to abuse me also. So my mother contacted her own family all over the world and nobody upped us. So my mother told me if she ever dies, I shouldn't contact anybody, any family. I should just contact strangers because nobody seemed to care. All the family she contacted never helped us. So in case I get killed or I get disabled, only a human rights organization should help me. I should be allowed to remain in America, have a green card, and whether I'm dead or alive, I should be allowed to remain in America. I don't want any child. I don't have any child. And any money I potentially earn or get, based on the abuses I've suffered. The police took me out of my home wrongfully, me and my mother, in 2010. Every gunner was trying to help us. They choked every gunner there, the police. I was arrested by U.S. immigration in 2000 wrongfully. My mother was killed in Bellevue Hospital in 2019. The police also arrested me, put me in the psych ward wrongfully at NYU Psychiatric Hospital. So any money I get from all this human rights abuses, whether I'm alive or dead, if I'm not able to, if I'm disabled, a human rights organization should have custody of me here in America and help me get justice for me and my mother. And the remaining money I have, use it to take care of me and give the rest to charity for those suffering xenophobia like me. You know, and if I'm killed, my body should be autopsied. And under no circumstance, do I, should anybody adopt a child or, you know, have a child for me or whatever. I don't wish to have any child, you know, you know, and so nobody should be able to create any child for me if I'm killed. I don't want any child created for me if I'm killed. I don't have any child now, also, just to clarify that. So whatever reason why they are trying to ambush me and get me killed by the police and by the civilian thugs and make it look like an accidental killing. And any life policy my mother's daughters has for me or anybody else for me has to be annulled. Because every day they keep annoying me, trying to get me in an accidental killing type situation. Because I have a lot of dirt on their police force for killing every gunner. On the way my mother died, also because the police rendered me and my mother homeless, enabling the daughters to take advantage of that and get her locked up in the cycle just to kill her. So the police that removed me and my mother from our home on Staten Island should be charged with felony murder for my mother. A felony murder is when you abuse somebody so severely that makes it easy for the person to be killed later. So that's a felony murder. So those police guys that removed me and my mother, rendered us homeless in 2010, those police that rendered us homeless in 2010 should be arrested for felony murder now that my mother is dead. Because my mother would have never gone near those daughters because she was aware they were contacting people in Nigeria that was trying to kill us. So my mother would have never gone near those daughters, in 2015, where she believed she was being poisoned when she was staying with her daughters in Pennsylvania. And besides, and those daughters would have never known where my mother was because my mother never used to tell them when she's in the hospital. So they wouldn't. It was just because when they called her, she had to tell them because she was to tell them she wasn't going to come back to Pennsylvania for a while, that she's in the hospital. She just innocently gave that information and they decided to come to New York and look at what hospital she was in and told the hospital to lock her up in the cycle. So they just wanted her dead because so they can make a claim that the police killed her with the homeless condition. That's what caused her heart disease to deteriorate and kill her. So they were just after the money and they were using provocation, unwarranted provocation, just like I'm experiencing now. And for this black American mayor to be practicing reverse discrimination, I've been talking about him on Twitter and he got arrested and now I'm experiencing sabotage everywhere. A guy was trying to run me down with his wheelchair. As I'm going, and he made a statement that I'm going to get you. And he was laughing hard and he was talking with the security, talking with the police, laughing with them also. And the police refused to file charges and they all disappeared. So this is terrorism, and the police believe they can do anything, that Trump is going to come and pardon them. And they always use the word committed, committed. Even this governor was saying, she's committed. And also, that's what they committed my mother into the psych ward and killed her in 2015. They always use language that would traumatize me. And in the early 2000s, there was an Asian immigrant, Abdul Wima, that was arrested by the police. And while he was using the bathroom, the police went and raped him. Or even though those police guys were put in prison, but they've been torturing me for the past 14 years. Since 2010, any bathroom I use, whether Port Authority, 42nd Street, or anywhere, they would use all kind of medicine. Won't let me be able to finish using the bathroom. Things that could get me really angry, especially holiday periods like this. Even this Trump. He's saying he's going to deport immigrants next year and their children. There is a section of law that allows them to deport people even though they're born here if their parent doesn't have a status. So they're giving the immigrants the holiday blues. They try to get me to mess up my plans anytime I use the bathroom. They either send a janitor to menace me and call the police on me. You either here, Staten Island Ferry, or the Grand Central Station, or the Port Authority. So the Department of Transportation, you have to make an arrest. This is terrorism. I have so many videos. As you can see, the police don't help me. They want to they don't want any paperwork trail. So they're purposely covering it up so that when they eventually kill me, they'll claim there's no paperwork trail, it's just an accident, they don't even remember me ever making any report in the past. Just like Daniel Penny killed a black American, Jordan Neely, and they couldn't find any evidence of malice. That was just an accidental killing. You know, they want a repeat killing like that. And I believe this Mayor Eric Adam is also creating the climate. Because there's a court order that says the Legal Society filed a court case in 1990s that anybody thrown out of their home from a basement apartment or vacated from any apartment should be given no terms. You know, there was a settlement agreement since the 1990s. And this mayor, there was some black Americans last year that had a fire in the Bronx and they were vacated and he went and visited them, gave them hotel rooms, gave them money. So I've been contacting him. He seems to be aware about that court order settlement agreement. I've been contacting him online. I'm a Nigerian. I was vacated also. Can you help me provide me the hotel room? And he has not provided me the hotel room. He left his phone number on a black radio website, on a black radio station, WBLS 107.5. And a lot of black Americans were calling him. He told them he's going to help them. He should call him on a special phone number. He told them he has another phone number he's going to give to them and it's going to help them whatever they need. You know, but he gave a general number for the public to text him. I've been texting him, emailing him, Twitter him. And he also claims he's committed to providing helping homeless with hotel rooms whenever I can. And I've been telling and it's aware that there's a court order settlement agreement that people vacate should be given hotel rooms. And so it's been even he assigned like almost $500 million, $500 million to be providing security guards to shelters for homeless migrants. And it's spending billions of dollars to provide hotel rooms to people, even though it claims the migration crisis will destroy New York's economy, and are sick and tired of providing hotels to migrants, but it's able to provide hotels to Black Americans without any complaint. And I, as an immigrant, I don't think it will break the New York's economy if it also gives me a hotel room. Even though people say it's lying that immigrants in America will threaten New York City's budget. They said New York City also has a surplus, still has a surplus. So it's exaggerating stuff and refusing to help me. And they say it knows the Oregano family, and I'm getting cornered like they want me to be killed, and they don't want me to get anything because they believe I, as a foreigner, I don't deserve nothing. So since some Black Americans don't like Africans, they believe Africans sold them into slavery, and they never were able to sue to get anything. So they believe an African should get nothing. So I believe this is just a revengeful reverse discrimination on the part of this mayor, and it's been using words like it's the new Esther, and say he wants all the homeless to be locked up in psych ward. And anytime a homeless person, anytime anything happens, he'll blame the homeless person if it's involving the homeless. Say the homeless are mentally ill. So now they engaging in humiliation exercise whereby they try to get me to mess up my pants, scare me from using the bathroom. And they said this NYPD have been so brutal to rape an immigrant in the bathroom with a stick. And they have some civilian accomplices, at the battery park here also. They bring this heavy looking black American male that claim they work for the parks and they would tell me to leave the bathroom early, they want to close it early. And those ones want to fight me and choke me dead also. Because their parks don't have cameras, and sometimes they bring their park police, they'll act like they want to choke me dead also. They said, they can just claim you're crazy. Also to make it easy for them to kill me and escape. In 2019, a guy was sexually abusing me on Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue. As they were using the police to harass me, they were using the civilian thugs also to surround me. So in July 2019, Trump was doing an immigration raid, and they've noticed I always go to Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue. People always help me with money, and they surrounded me with a guy who was sexually molesting me with his hand, and the police cameras recording. I told him to stop it, and the police came and knocked me down and choked me, and they dumped me in the psych ward. That was just their excuse to transfer me to the psych ward and misdiagnose me with every mental illness in the world. And I've never, had any mental issues, until they put me in the psych ward and they were misdiagnosed with everything. So I'm depressed, I'm schizophrenic, I'm a manic this, to make it easy for me to be killed in the future. So they say, my mother says that. So when they start calling a person crazy in this country, most likely they may be trying to kill that person. Even Michael Jackson's father, because my mother was under FBI surveillance for a long time since my immigration case in 2000. So even Michael Jackson's father was saying the same thing. I don't know whether he got it from my mother or whatever. But as soon as Michael Jackson got killed in 2000 and when was he killed again? I think 2009. Yeah, I remember I just got my green card. 2009, back Justice Father came on WBLS and said since they were calling his son Wacko Jacko, even though his son was in prison, he was suspicious they were going to kill him one day and blame it on his mental illness. And this Eric Adams also saying the same thing. He said that said the whole of the homeless are severely depressed and the danger, and it's putting painting out the homeless with a brush stick, like he's trying to cover up and a crime in the future. you know, and these police keep, with their civilian thugs, keep accosting me, and the MTA is also to make it easy for them to be able to get me. Like that guy said, I'm going to get you. To make it easy for them to get me, the MTA starts locking up the bathrooms in the train stations downstairs at 7 p.m. They have over 300 stations with bathrooms. So it's going to be hard for them to be able to get me in the bathroom because I could ride the train to any station and use the bathroom. Before they used to leave the bathroom open like 24/7. So it's very hard for them to put police in every bathroom to wait for me to kill me because they don't have enough police and they have like 300 bathrooms. So it was so that's why they start locking up the bathroom. For some reason, they start locking up the bathroom early now at 7 p.m. instead of leaving it for 24 hours open like they used to. So they can pin me here because they know I'm suffering from incontinence now because, I have to wear diapers and stuff because they keep menacing me. Sometimes I won't be able to use the bathroom for like 24 hours, 18 hours because I'm scared that they're going to attack me in the bathroom. And they have a black American janitor here, that always menaces me. Will lock up the extra they divided the bathroom into two. Even though it should just be one bathroom, but they divided it into two sections and they go and lock up one section to create a stampede in the other section. You know, Even though the mayor signed a law, I heard allegedly that Mayor de Blasio signed a law some years ago that women should be allowed enough time to use the bathroom because a woman needs extra time to take care of her needs. And sometimes, they leave the bathroom all bloody mess, because they don't, let me use it. They create panic when I'm around. And sometimes, people don't have enough time to clean up. If they're having a menstrual issue, you know, so, this is like a torture zone where they believe they can just call an immigrant crazy and kill them. And as soon as the police quickly disappeared, and the guy was trying to hit me with his wheelchair, reversing back into, I'm going to get you. And recently, I've been having people trying to hit me with their motorcycles, and kids trying to bump into me. And the one thing I do now, anywhere I go, they'll send in like Jamaican nannies or whoever with baby strollers, and they'll bring a child, and you'll have the child be crying, around me. I was like, why are children crying around me? And just to menace me, because I filed the court papers saying I was abused by my father in Nigeria. So they just try to make me remember my being child abused and stuff. And now they have people try to hit me with motorcycles. Somebody, hit me, stabbed me with an umbrella and claiming it was raining, they couldn't see me. They were closing the umbrella and stabbed me in my back. I thought it was a real knife. In the past 2 days, they're just terrorizing me everywhere. And this guy was trying to hit me with his wheelchair. Say, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you. I was laughing, and it seems he's very familiar with the security here. And the police disappeared. They don't want to give me a police report. So they want a situation where I'll be killed or beaten to death, and they'll claim it's an accidental thing. I'm the one that's been diagnosed with all the mental illness in the world, and there's no report of me ever allaying my fears that my life is being threatened. So this is a very serious issue, and they're using the word committed. They committed my mother into suicide and killed her. I even heard a gunner when it was trying to help me. They put a 7:30. The police accosted him and put a 7:30 hold on him. Where 7:30, I believe, is a psychiatric hold. So they were going to commit him also, even though he wasn't crazy. So and the Department of Transportation also put in their notice here that they're committed. They're committed. I don't know if that's the gang code to show they're down for the torture and abuse of a homeless foreigner like me. So this has to be investigated for terrorism because they have no right to and they use sometimes when I come to use the bathroom, they were shouting, Jesus! Jesus! That was a guy, that was a lady, a black American lady. She was telling a white police officer, I rebuke you, I think in Michigan. And the police The police officer said he threw hot water at him, was about to throw hot water at him and shoot him dead. So as soon as I came here after that to use the bathroom, there was a Jamaican security guard. She came into the bathroom with me and she was shouting, Jesus, Jesus, and I got scared. I came out of the bathroom to see what was happening. I was just a security guard making fun of my Christianity because I'm a Judeo Christian. I practice the Judeo Christian faith. I told the U.S. immigration that also. You know, as soon as a black American gets killed or is in the news or anything bad happens, they'll try to reenact that sentiment on me. So I believe this is the latest terrorist incident I'm experiencing is due to the fact that Jordan Neely's case was an almost black American that was killed by a white guy, Dana Penny, whose claim, he attacked this homeless black American because he believed he was crazy. And this Adam was putting it out there that people should get involved when they see a homeless person, that we homeless are crazy, was painting us with a brush stick. And anybody can have a bad day, but nobody deserves to be killed for having a bad day. Because I believe there was another case whereby a Russian was drunk and was menacing a black guy here in New York City, and the black guy punched that Russian, and that Russian died. And I believe they convicted that black guy of, you know, of wrongful killing, you know. So this is very serious whereby the church coming 24/7 and other bathrooms, they have extra bathrooms in the subway stations, in the train stations downstairs, over 300 stations bathrooms, and they're locking it up at 7 p.m. They used to leave it open 24/7, you know, and they're locking it up early to make it easy for me to keep coming back here. So they want to have a specific place where they can ambush me and get me killed because it's not going to be easy for them to send like 300 thugs into every bathroom. They have over 300 bathrooms in the subway stations downstairs. It's not going to be easy for them to send like 300 thugs and 300 police to be waiting for me all over New York City train stations bathrooms. So this why so this is a setup to harm me, and the torture I had to wear diapers 24/7. I'm a Guantanamo prisoner, so FIFA it's not safe to have the work up here. If they're gonna they're not gonna take the security threat to immigrant life serious. My mother's been killed by my daughter's violently and fire friend mental illness on my mother. And my friend Eric Garner also had to put a 730 hold on him when they killed him. A 730 was a psychiatric hold, and now they're using the word committed. You know, the earlier notice board says, you know, say they're committed. They use the word committed. It's like a form of. It said gangs use codes to um to carry out messages to each other. So they want to use wrongful psychiatric incarceration and institutionalization as a torture technique. I spoke to a black American also who told me he was locked up in the cycle for 2 years. He said he can lock you up forever and just forget about your case. And right now I'm applying for welfare and they're menacing me. Some of the black Americans at the welfare office, they make fun of me there. And now they told me that, because I have a green card for over 14 years now, and I've been trying to apply for welfare so they can give me emergency money because I'm wearing torn clothing and stuff, so I can go buy new clothing and get a housing. And they've been delaying me for over 14 years. Anytime I try to apply for welfare, they won't give me nothing. This time around they gave me some food stamps to only buy like sugary cookie, and sugary drinks. That's all you can buy with a food stamp. And all that stuff causes me diarrhea. So I could keep using the bathroom and be killed. But they wouldn't approve it for money, so I could get they have emergency one shot deal. As a matter of fact, this because I wasn't able to get mail in the past, and this mayor created a free mailing address for people that have trouble receiving mail. So I've been applying for bank cards online, but when I send it to the address, the free address called the Gold Locker, you know, Gold Locker. I'm a female. I don't know what that means. Gold Locker. That's what they call it. Gold Locker. Gollocker. So when the banks send me a bank card to that address, it's located in Flushing. Is the name of the building is the name of the company that Eric Adam appointed to be helping people receive mail. So they're having trouble receiving packages. It's called Gold Locker. Gold Locker. Gollocker. And so they've been sending me bank cards to that address, and they don't inform me by email to come get my bank card. It's a form of mail fraud. The United States Postal Service to get involved to investigate this Eric Adam and his Gold Locker company for stealing mail from an immigrant, and also I applied for welfare, and the I used the address of the gold locker as my mailing address, and the welfare office changed the address I put there from 141 Flushing Avenue to 77 141. And they've been playing with me, acting like, so they put my case in the back burner. They promised I'll get all my benefits within 2 weeks. I applied since November 27th. Is past 2 weeks now. I normally they approve it for people in one day because it's still of the black Americans that go there early in the morning. They get everything like done the same day, but they've been delaying me for 2 weeks, and it's like they're buying time for the police and their terrorist civilians to kill me, just like this Mangino guy came from Pennsylvania, trailed the CEO of a healthcare company and shoot it dead. They said that they have some people with real aggressive behavior like that. If they find you susceptible or vulnerable, they could just follow you around and kill you. Like this bike guy that was trying to hit me with his wheelchair. So and somebody stabbed me with their umbrella, moved the umbrella close to me, and felt the umbrella hit me. They were acting like they were closing the umbrella and they couldn't see me, and they stabbed me with the umbrella to my side. And some people have been bringing two little children to the bathroom and they've been crying, "Wah, wah, 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 wah." And it's like these children are faking cries. I don't know if they're beating this kid, and they'll be making, or they'll be threatening me with all kinds of terrorism. Because I used to allege I was abused as a child, in my immigration hearing, so they just try to keep me in a very, in a very depressed state of mind, especially during holiday periods like this. So they can just have enough rules to kill me and claim, I was menacing everybody, especially when they hear a black American has been killed in a similar manner. They said this Jordan Neely was also saying his mother was killed and he's fed up with life. So they try to reenact any bad thing that happens to a black American on. Ever since the Erigana has been killed also, this man, they say he knows the Erigana family. And he's been menacing me also because Erigana was helping him when he was killed. And he was saying, immigrant, he only wants real New Yorkers in New York. There are all these people that come out of nowhere, come to New York from places like Ohio and Iowa. I used to mention Iowa and Ohio that these are places in Nigerian became mayor in Ohio, and in Iowa they're given undocumented immigrant driver's license. So there's been a ton of these people menacing me using innuendos, using, act like they're referring to other things where they're referencing my situation. And he also at some point he said he's the new Esther. My mother's name is Esther. She was committed into the cycle of our daughters and killed her even though my mother wasn't crazy. And this man said he wants homeless to be committed like that. And they're using the word committed. So this is terrorism, and they're leaving me out in the cold. I'm wearing torn clothing, and they're just, using all this humiliation to groom me for further abuse. They say abusers like to groom you. They like to really menace you to make it easier for them to kill you and get away with it. So I believe this is just ritualistic killing, and the police are aware because they quickly disappear instead of giving a police report. But they don't know that they know I'm recording them, but they feel who's going to take a black homeless person serious. So these are racist, and some of their brutal people in this country, like the Mangino guy that came all the way from Pennsylvania. They say he grew up rich and shoot another white guy dead. And then some people are hailing him as a hero. So there are people that are brutal in this country that they believe because of their white skin or whatever, or because they're American, nobody will convict them. So FIFA and the International Olympics Committee look at the security challenges and please try to, make amends to see if this city, New York City, should still hold the World Cup in 2026, and the International Olympics to see if California should still hold the Olympic Games in 2028 because they are refusing to provide security to immigrants. Even if anybody Google search, they'll find that a lot of immigrants have been saying NYPD doesn't help immigrants in general.